Hi, I'm Julia Keller, juliakeller.co.uk. And today I'm going to talk to you about this wonderful holiday that's coming up right now, very, very shortly, called Valentine's Day. And usually when we think about Valentine's Day, we think about the heart. Yes. And when we think about the heart, what we think about is usually, love. So, Valentine's Day, we equate Valentine's Day with love, with couples, with finding love, with keeping love, with having love, whatever, something, you think about the red heart and you think of it as like Cupid's arrow into your heart or somebody's heart, making people fall in love. But I'm going to talk to you about a different thing about your heart. So your heart isn't just an organ that's associated with falling in love. Your heart is actually way more important than that. It's actually one of the main organs of your body that keeps you alive. It helps to pump blood, it helps to pump oxygen. It basically keeps blood in your body and your body working and moving as it should. So if your heart isn't working properly, it means that basically you don't have very long to work properly either. So there are two big areas which are associated with kind of warning signs that something's wrong with your heart. One of them is hypertension or high blood pressure. Another one is high cholesterol. So, as you probably know, if you're of a certain age, especially, and you go to your doctor and the doctor sees that you have either one of these two risk factors, they will most likely prescribe a pill to help you deal with those risk factors. Now, there's nothing wrong with taking medicine if you have, a really serious problem. Obviously, that's what medicine is there for. The big problem with taking a pill and starting with a pill is that most likely later on, if you're like most people, especially, we think about the elderly, if you start with one pill, probably within a short amount of time, you'll probably have a second pill and a third pill and maybe a fourth pill. Why does this happen? Because what happens is that one pill most likely, not 100%, but most likely will cause some kind of side effects. And if those side effects are unpleasant enough, you'll most likely go to your doctor and your doctor will give you a second pill to control the side effects of the first pill. And potentially that second pill will also cause side effects. And then you will go to your doctor again and your doctor will give you a third pill to control the side effects of the second pill, which controls the side effects of the first pill. Anyway, you get my point. So you can end up with something called polypharmacy, which means like pills helping to control side effects, negative side effects of each pill. So what you can do rather than starting on this way towards many pills, or if you're already on, certain pills, this will still work for you. What you can do is help yourself in a natural way. So what do I mean? I mean changing your diet and your lifestyle. So there are two diets that are especially associated with helping you with hypertension and with high cholesterol. So they are the DASH diet, which is basically dietary approaches to stop hypertension, that's what it stands for, or the Mediterranean diet. Now they're very similar, and they're both equally prescribed by the NHS. So it's not just coming from me as a nutritional therapist. And yes, I am a nutritional therapist, a clinical hypnotherapist, and a naturopath. And yes, I do always choose to start with diet and lifestyle changes. Stress relief for one, because hypertension and high cholesterol are both associated with higher levels of stress. Getting more exercise, both, are associated with having a sedentary lifestyle. And the third way is basically changing your diet. So the dietary approaches to hypertension, to stop hypertension, i.e. the DASH diet, and the Mediterranean diet have a lot in common. One, they both prescribe eating a lot of vegetables. So it's basically more and more plant-based inside your diet. They also advise eating less meat because meat does have high levels of cholesterol and it does raise your blood pressure. Usually the way meat is cooked, it is also quite salty. They advise eating less processed foods because, let's be honest, processed foods are salted and spiced with all sorts of nasty things, especially processed beverages. So all of those are advised. they also advise, so here's where they kind of differ. But both of them advise whole grains, healthy whole grains. So this is not whole wheat bread. This is more along the lines of quinoa, buckwheat, lentils, beans, healthy grains, well cooked in your pressure cooker. One of the ways in which they differ is that the Mediterranean diet, which is my personal preference, advises a higher level of fish. Now, why is fish good for you? Because it's omega-3, which is, very good at relieving inflammation in general. Lowering cholesterol is part of relieving inflammation, lowering blood pressure, the same. And while the DASH diet advises more dairy. So I'm more into the Mediterranean diet personally, but I put together a special diet plan for my clients, which takes into account their needs, how they eat already, and what would work for their specific issue. If you're interested, you can book a session with me, or rather start with a 20-minute free call. You can book that on juliakeller.com.